July 21st, the altar beside the river. At last, after years of travel, the Israelites marched into the promised land. Moses had died, and Joshua was the new leader of the people. There were 12 tribes of Israelites, and each tribe was to have a part of the promised land for a new home. Joshua was to help them divide the land. The tribes of Reuben and Gad had large flocks of sheep and cattle. They looked at the land east of the Jordan River and saw good grass growing there. It would be a good place for their flocks to graze. They asked for this land as their new home. Joshua sent them to their new home. Before they went, he said to them, "You have to keep the laws of God, which Moses taught you. Always remember them in your new home. Remember especially the commandment to love the Lord your God and to serve him with all your heart." Then the tribes of Reuben and Gad rolled up their tents and went with their flocks to the land east of the Jordan River. The first thing they did was to build a great altar. The other tribes heard about it. They thought Reuben and Gad had already forgotten God's laws. Some men were sent to ask what Reuben and Gad meant by building the altars. "We meant no harm," they said. "This is not an altar for sacrifices. It is to show that the Lord is God. You see, our land is far from the other tribes. We are afraid our children will forget that we are Israelites. We want them to remember that we were with Moses when God's laws were given on Mount Sinai." The men were very glad to hear this. They went back and told the other tribes what the altar was for. They all praised God that the tribes of Reuben and Gad had not forgotten God's laws. The end. Well, that's it for tonight. Sweet dreams, and always remember that God loves you, and I love you too. Good night.